right, here with Brian Custer, one of the best journalists right now in boxing, I want to say. First, I want to ask you, how is it you get access to all these fighters? I know you work for Showtime,
Right.
but you don't only interview Showtime fighters.
Right.
So, how do you get access to all these fighters, and also, how is it that you get them so comfortable to tell you a lot more than they do others?
Yeah, I think, obviously a lot of that goes to relationships. It goes a long way. And I think, from all of my years being in the business, I think they trust you. And they know that I'm going to be fair. They know I may have to ask them some tough questions, but at least I'm going to be fair about it. And a lot of it just goes back on, my history of work. They've seen my history of work. They know, hey, look, he's going to be fair. He's going to be honest. And I just think we have a good rapport. And, once you've done one, they tell their friends, and then they tell their friends, and the rest is history. So it's just something that I'm proud of because of, the work that I've put in the past.
How busy is your schedule? Because I'm from New York, so
Yeah.
I've seen you on SNY, I've
Yeah.
seen you now on ESPN,
Yeah.
and Showtime, you got your own podcast. I understand you have a foundation, and we'll talk about that as well. But how busy, what time are you waking up and what time are you going to sleep? Because it seems like you're a very busy man.
Yeah, usually I try to be in bed by 10, but that doesn't work all the time. I'm usually up by 4:15. Wherever I am, I'm usually in the gym by 5 in the morning. And then it's from there, it's just go time. But, to put it in perspective, I think this week, Monday, I was in New York, our New York studios for ESPN doing Get Up. I did that Monday. Tuesday, I had an early flight to East Lansing, where I did Michigan State, Indiana. I was back Wednesday. We had some fighter meetings by Zoom. I flew out, I had other meetings. Thursday morning, I had Get Up again, and then that afternoon, I flew here to Minneapolis for our Showtime fight.
What advice would you have for somebody who's coming up, who's in the same field, and understands that they'll have to be busy as far as organizing your schedule, as well as having to deal with stuff while you're tired? What advice would you give for somebody?
Embrace the grind. Don't be scared of the hard work. Because it takes a lot of hard work for those opportunities to come your way. That's number one. And then number two, it's not easy. But you know what? I think successful people probably say, I was probably successful because I went through the hard path and I embraced it. And the benefits and the rewards came with it. And so that's the one thing I would tell somebody. Don't be afraid of the hard work, because it is a lot of hard work. And as long as you embrace it, the rewards, the benefits are fantastic.
All right, I got two more questions and I'll let you go.
Sure.
So I want to ask you, what's your favorite and least favorite interview you've done on your podcast?
On the podcast?
Yes.
Favorite. That's tough, because there's some people, man, you just really, they are just a joy. I love talking to Errol Spence Jr. because he's so honest about it, about everything. Love Errol Spence Jr. I love Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison's got a personality that I wish everyone had. So I love him. Though I don't know if there has been a worse. Now there've been, I wouldn't say worse. There've been some guys who are, let's say, media is not their thing.
Okay.
So they may be a little more nervous than others, like Joe Smith Jr. He was just cut and dry. I'm just going to give you the answer, and that was it. And you could tell he was more nervous than anything. So yeah, I think that would probably be it.
All right, and lastly, I want you to speak about your foundation.
Yeah.
I understand it's something very important to you. I want you to speak about what it is, how people can support, and what motivated you to start this foundation.
Yeah, so it's not mine, but I work with the Prostate Cancer Foundation because I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and so I just told them, hey, look, I'm going to be it. So they made me an official spokesman and go across the country and speak a lot about it. Listen, it's something that has been affecting, especially men of color, a lot earlier. Like I was 41 when I got diagnosed with prostate cancer. So, And at that time, they told me if I didn't have surgery, I would die within a year. So that's why I've just been on a mission to make sure men just go get checked. The important thing for us, especially men, all men, but men of color, is to go to the doctor every year. I don't care just for your annual, just to get checked. And if you're a man of 40 years or older, you need to get a PSA test as well when you go to your doctor. It's so important because it can save your life.
Once a year is what you recommend?
Absolutely. Every year you go to the doctor, make sure you get a PSA test, especially if you're a man of color.
All right, thank you so much, Brian.
My man.